All right, welcome back everybody to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the 2024 Ram 1500 Limited with the Night Edition package. This is probably one of my favorite pickup trucks I've driven so far. It is so nice with this color and everything. Let's get right into it. So as usual, we're gonna start off with the front of this absolute unit Ram 1500. You can see we have the blacked out stuff, part of the black package. You're not gonna find any chrome here, which I personally love. With this burgundy color, it's fantastic looking. So let's take a close-up look. We have these nice daytime running LEDs, as well as you can hear that Hemi. We're gonna get to those specs in a second, but you can hear it. I really wanted you to hear it because I love the engine sound, as well as you have a main headlight bulb right there and some nice fog lights, as well as two tow hooks down there. We have a front-facing camera, whole bunch of parking sensors as well, which is very nice. And then if I get a little bit closer, you're gonna hear the engine, which I want you to hear because it's fantastic. We have the 1500 Hemi e-torque, as well as some vents. And you have kind of like a hood, an elevated hood here, which is very nice. You can see it from the driver's seat, which is really cool. Kind of helps you find the center of the vehicle, because when you're not used to driving these big Rams, they are massive. So yeah, I'm not used to driving them. I don't drive them every day, but I'm so glad. Usually I'm not a truck guy. The Ram 1500, there's just something about it in this color that makes me the biggest truck guy I know. All right, next up, let me give you the specs. So we are working with a 5.7 liter Hemi V8 engine with the Fuel Saver MDS, and we have e-torque that uses a mild hybrid system. So maybe we're gonna save a little bit of fuel this week, but I highly doubt it. This is a big car to move around. But this is also the upgraded engine. You can get it without the e-torque, which might save you a little bit of money, but cost you a little bit more money on gas. I'm not sure, but we'll see by the end of things what the fuel economy is like. So in terms of horsepower and torque, we have 395 horsepower, 410 pound-feet of torque. Of course, we have all-wheel drive as well as two-wheel drive. You can kind of switch between them with the transfer case. And then we have a max towing capacity of 12,750 pounds. Not bad. All right, next up we have the side profile for this absolute unit Ram 1500. You can see that I have the crew cab configuration because look at the size of those four doors. Plenty of space on the interior, which I will take you through. Let's take a close-up look though. We have these massive rims with the black rims. There's no chrome here except for the nuts, obviously, but we have massive black rims here with the Continental winter tires. I'm on winter tires, so I'm in Quebec. As you can see here too, we'll zoom out one more time because it is quite low, right? Like I have it at an aero ride height, but this has two levels of ride height adjustability. So it can go up very high. So it does look really cool when it does that. You have off-road mode 1 and off-road mode 2, which I love. So zooming in again, let's take a look at these side mirrors here, where you can see we have nice black, nice chrome here, a nice little thing here that says Ram for the turn signal on these mirrors. And then if we actually look into the mirror, I'm gonna do it at an angle so it's not weird. You can see we have a mirror and then a sub mirror, and you can just see how much it jets out because it is so big. And we have a button right here for the lock, and then you can slide your hand into the unlock, and also the Ram badge right there. Also, look at this. You can open this door and a little step comes out, close it, and eventually the step will go right back in. And last but not least, let's take a look specifically at the rear. We have something called Ram Box, which on the Bighorn backcountry that I showed you last year, we didn't have this. So it is lockable or unlockable by the key, but if the car is unlocked, this compartment is locked. If the car is locked, this compartment is locked. But I can press this button since the car is unlocked, and you can see we have a ton of storage right here, which is very nice. And I also have the same thing on the other side. All right, and last but not least, we have the rear for the Ram 1500 Limited. And you can see we have these nice and big exhausts. If I get close with my microphone, hopefully you can hear the rumble of that V8 Hemi. I really like the idle sound, and I like when I give it a bit of gas. You can kind of hear it. The tuning is not bad. I didn't hear it very much on the Bighorn backcountry that I did have last year, but this one on the Limited, I'm hearing it. So let's get to it. Let's zoom in here on these Ram tail lights here. We also have the Ram logo right there. We have the Limited badge right here, big black Ram logo as well, 4x4. We have like these nice steps and stuff. The smoke's getting away, it's getting colder out here. But also, I've never had this. So you can see there's a split in the door. So if I put my hand in here, press down, then boom, I can open it like this, and I can access the back just like this. And if I need more space, I want to slide something bigger in here, well, I can pull that, and I can have even more space in the back. This tarp here also kind of folds up. It's nice and leather and nice and weatherproof, which we like. So that is going to be useful. I'll include some B-roll of what that looks like when it's folded up, and you can kind of see the full bed. But we can close this thing back up like this, and then this side just like this, boom. And if I want it to open normally, as well as I have a backup camera right here, very nice. It's not automatic. For $108,000, obviously I would have loved for it to be automatic. I know that that's possible in the truck world, but here we are, not automatic. But what's nice though is I do have some tie downs, 4 tie downs back here, which is very, very good. It's very echoey when I put my head in there, so I'm gonna stay out here. But yeah, it's not that heavy to close either. It's very, very compact, very easy. So there you go. That's been the exterior for the Ram 1500 Limited. This is such a unit of a truck, and there's so much more to go over. So let's hop in the rear first, then we're gonna do the front seat, and then of course I'm gonna strap the GoPro to my forehead, and I'm gonna show you how this thing drives. Let's get to it. All right, as usual, up first is the rear, and you can see the step comes down where you can see a muddy foot was right there once. Yeah, welcome. Let's hop in. Look how much room we have. You can see the seats right here. You've got like really nice little designs here with the leather stitching, black and white leather stitching. We like that. Easy to get into. Welcome to more space than I would ever need. You can see right down here we have a Harman Kardon speaker, a little bit of storage behind the driver, and for the passenger too, you get a little bit of storage. Perfect view of that panoramic sunroof, or the moon roof, whatever you want to call it. 2 speakers right back here, a middle seat that is actually a full seat, and then we have some like cup holders that come down here, as well as some storage, more cup holders right there. Now we also have some vents back here. There's no like climate control back here, but we do have ventilated and heated seats. Heated seats, okay, expected. Ventilated, not expected at all, but very nice to have. We also have a normal wall outlet charger right here. Very nice. I like this. I get the air perfectly fine here. I've got so much leg room. It's ridiculous. Like the other side of the car, I can't even touch it with my arm without actually reaching. It's insane. You can just check out all the room we have back here. It's really crazy. I could do a road trip, any trip in here. I could like sleep back here, do anything you want. Of course, this bench does lift up if you need some space here back in the cargo. We got some little hooks for stuff. For like if you want to hang some stuff up there, you have some hooks for that too. So yeah, we are a very, very good and situated right here in the rear. So let's hop up front and see what that's got. All right, next up is the business and the front seat of the Ram 1500 Limited. You can see the step comes down automatically. Lots of like black and stuff materials here where you can see like there's some nice design on it. Nice leather though, black and white, we like that. The Harman Kardon speakers right down here. 2 memory seat settings right here. Let's actually hop in. Ooh, look at this too. We also have the Ram logo right there on the seat. Very nice. Let's hop in, close the door. Very nice doors closing sound. We have a ton of room here. I like how like even the handle here, the grab handle to get in, which you don't really need because you have the step, but the grab handle to get in is even like leather wrapped. I really like that. Also, you're greeted by this nice and big steering wheel, classic Dodge Ram. It's blacked out because we do have the black edition, but they may all come with that. Also, there's no chrome in the steering wheel, all black. We like it. I think this looks really, really sharp and clean. We have some, you know, infotainment controls. The media controls are on the back of the steering wheel as usual. Cruise control settings are right there. Then over here we have some lighting controls, as well as the ability to move the pedals front and back. Depending on how tall you want to be, you can move them kind of up or down, which is really nice. Then we move on to our digital gauge cluster. So this is really, really cool. So it's all digital. There's no analog, so it looks perfectly in date, and you can have a whole bunch of different views, navigation, whatever. You can pretty much customize it fully. As you can see here, I have like a setup window right there. There's really, you know, you can really customize everything. Like check this out. So I can go upper left, upper right, upper left, center, whatever you want, and kind of, you know, customize it the way you want, which is really nice. Then we'll move over a little bit to our infotainment display. It's nice and big and vertical. It looks like an iPad mini kind of thing. Screens sell nowadays, so you know what? I don't hate seeing it, but we also have a bunch of physical buttons on the side here, right? So I have some HVAC controls. I have whether I want a cooler or warmer, but that's kind of where it ends, right? So I really have to go into comfort if I want to, you know, direct the air vents kind of thing. Right now I have it on auto, so it's doing all that for me. But yeah, just, I have to tell you, there's no button for the heated seats and stuff like that. And since I'm already in the climate, it's not gonna work. But yeah, so you kind of have to go comfort, either click comfort or you got a quick access, which is really nice. But there is no physical buttons for like heated steering, heated seats, but they are there. We also have ventilated seats as well. Even in the rear, we've got ventilated seats. So that is fantastic. You have a little Alexa button if you want to hook up your Amazon Alexa thing to it. And then we have like quick buttons to turn off the lane keep, and we have a parking assist button. I like you have like a little storage cubby up here with a little charger thing right there. And then we have the Ram logo, very nice. And then we also, you can see it's kind of in the distance there, but there's a Harman Kardon speaker right there on the dash. I really like the dash, like how it's like really premium leather. It feels expensive because it is kind of, so that's good news too. You can't really see the heads up display. Oh, there you go. You can kind of see it flashing, but there is one. It's basically just showing my speed, lane keep assist on or off, and then the speed limit that it reads from the traffic sign, so that's good. A little bit lower here, we have the ride height adjustment. As you can see, I'm in the third, which means I am in normal mode. But if I can go 2 more up, I can go off-road mode 1 and off-road mode 2, so it gets pretty high. And then I can turn off my front parking sensors. I like how these feel like switches. Very nice. You got your little tow control here. Then we have USB-C and USB-A, little storage cubby here, and then obviously you have this guy. This guy slides right back where you have a bunch of stuff. So also you have wireless charging. You can kind of slot the phone in there. Really nice, but I like this. I've always liked this about Rams, right? Like you can kind of pull stuff in. Very nice. We have even more storage, so I can lift up this guy, storage. Then I can lift up this guy, storage again. It's just ridiculous the amount of storage. And also you can see in the sun here, the Limited with like this nice, you know, stitched pattern in it. Then over here on the passenger side, we have a little bit more storage. Typical Ram stuff. We've seen that before. The seats are really nice, really, really comfortable. I like them a lot. We also have a nice panoramic sunroof that I can kind of press a button and zip it up like that. Very nice. And check this out. Digital mirror, boom. There I am in the camera. There I go. Very nice. The only thing is I've noticed is like there's kind of like a glare to it. You can see it right now. And like sometimes with the direction of the sun, like you can see like the car actually in the mirror and then also again in the digital. So it kind of throws your eyeballs off a little bit. But yeah, overall, very nice. I really, really like this interior. I'm super comfortable. Got a ton of space. I've got more space than I could ever imagine needing for myself. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of what you look for when you're buying a big Ram like this and you're really loaded it up. $108,000 is tested. That's a lot of money. So definitely getting the spatial worth, that's for sure. Whether you're getting the actual worth, I don't know. It's I guess it's subjective, but 188K is very expensive. That's what it is. But let's see if it lives up to its driving capabilities. Let's take this Ram 1500 Limited on the road. Alright, so here we are now on the road, Ram 1500 Limited with the night package. Yeah, I am absolutely a truck guy this week. Like, there's just no two ways about it, right? Like, I love every second of this. I'm having so much fun driving this unit of a car. But you know what? Elephant in the room. It's really expensive. $108,000 is really, really expensive for any car or any truck, any vehicle in general, anything with 4 wheels. $108,000 is a huge chunk of money, and there's no hiding that. But I mean, I guess that's just where the truck market has gotten to. I mean, yes, it's not great, but I mean, that's just kind of the situation. So, you know, there isn't a whole lot we could do other than not buy them, and I don't think that that's going to happen. So as you can see, my visibility is absolutely fantastic. I can see literally everywhere. You can see what CarPlay looks like. I use the wired version because there's less lag for it, and I just prefer it in general. And you know, it's very good. Very big screen, takes up the whole screen. I love that. Doesn't try to do a split screen kind of thing, so that's really good as well. And you know, it's just a great ride. Like right now I am in aero mode, so that means I'm not in normal mode. That means like I'm at the lowest the car can be without being at the entrance level. So if I try to put it to the entrance level, I don't think it'll work. I don't think it can actually drive for that long on that. So let me actually put it into all-wheel drive because that's the fastest mode, and we'll see what this with this V8 Hemi can really get up to here. So little braking here, and let's give it the guns. Let's go. Way. Whee. No problem. No problem. And again, I was expecting that. And hopefully you could hear the engine sounding quite nice. Like, it's such a good little noise that comes from the engine. There's no sport mode or anything like that. I just have the 4-wheel drive auto, 4-wheel drive high, 4-wheel drive low kind of stuff. So, you know, that's kind of where my performance is going to come from. You know, but I mean, towing won't be a problem because it's definitely like a torquey engine. You can definitely feel that once things get up to speed, you know. And I just think this is such a solid engine. It's really nice sounding too. I actually forget what the Bighorn sounded like, but I don't think it sounded as good as this V8 does. I don't know if it was a V6. Maybe it was. I can't remember. If you know what the Bighorn was last year, let me know, because I don't remember at all. But yeah, also I have adaptive cruise control, stuff like that's been really easy to use. In terms of like fuel economy and stuff, well, there it's gonna hurt, right? I'm at 19.3 liters per 100 kilometers. So was I expecting anything better? Absolutely not. Even with the mild hybrid system, it's still not great. I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, this is a huge piece of metal to lug around, especially when I'm pressing the throttle like that, doing these reviews. Yeah, I'm going to spend money this week. There's absolutely no question about it. But I do it all over again. I would always take the Ram 1500. Whenever they come up with a press fleet, I love to review them. There's just something about them that's just so nice. Like, the drive feel is really good. Like, I can even pop it up into my normal drive mode. As you can see, I have like a little flashing truck that says it's raising. You can actually feel the suspension raising when you're driving, and then you'll see it normal ride height achieved. So if in aero mode you feel like you're feeling the bumps a bit too much, you can kind of up it into normal mode and you kind of will ride a little bit better. But I think the acceleration would get a little bit slower and you're going to use a little bit more fuel because you're creating more drag because you're less low to the ground, which all of that, of course, makes sense. So very cool. Now I also have lane keep assist, and that's very useful too, especially if you're not like a normal truck driver like I am. Like, I'm not a normal pickup truck driver, so having lane keep really helps me because obviously I'm not used to the size for a while. But like, at this point, we're at the end of the week now with this truck, and I don't really need it, so I can turn it off and on. I have like this park sensor thing too, where it could, like, this truck will actually park itself, and I have used it. It does work when it wants to, and then, but it's like one of those things. It's like every park feature. Like the BMW had it too. It's great. It's a great feature to have if you're like not confident parking in certain areas. The car kind of can take care of things for you, but it's one of those things that sometimes can take up more time than it actually saves. It could be like, it depends how you use it, right? Because it could almost end up being less convenient than you actually want it to. So it's just one of those little things to know. But it's cool that it has it, right? I mean, it's not a feature that we need, or most people probably don't even want it, but I mean, it's cool that it's there. I'd take that. Now, I guess one of the questions that a lot of people are going to ask, or that even I had in my mind when I first saw the truck, like, yes, it's fantastic. Yes, it looks really cool, really luxurious, but do you need like a luxurious truck? And I'm pretty sure like 8 out of 10 times the answer is no. But is it nice to have one if you can afford it? Oh, absolutely it is. Like this, if I could afford this today, this would be the truck I drive. This would be the truck that I pick. The limited edition is so nice. It's so luxurious. Like, I could do road trips with this. I could tow. I could haul. I could do pretty much anything that needs to get done with this thing. And I have like a boatload of features. I have the adjustable suspension. I have the step that comes, it's little things like that. It's just like, oh, it's so nice. And it's such a nice drive. It's plenty fast for a pickup. I don't need any more. I don't think I would need to go to a Ram TRX and spend like $150,000 to $160,000 on a pickup. That's crazy. But also, that engine is fantastic. So the people that do that, it's like, I completely understand it, and I can't hate it, because honestly, if I could afford it, I would do the same thing. So, you know what? There you go. But yeah, this truck is like, without going to the TRX, it's perfect, because you don't, like, if you're not somebody who needs all that speed, you just need a big pickup that can get the job done. Great. Personally, don't need a big pickup like this. It's too big. It barely fits in my little driveway that I have. I don't need it. But do I want it? Absolutely. But those are two very, very different things. Like, I have no cargo needs for a pickup, at least not currently. But if I ever did, you bet I'm looking for around 1500. And even like something like the Bighorn that isn't 100K, it's still expensive, don't get me wrong, but it's not 100K, and it still has like a bunch of the features that this had, like Apple CarPlay, heated seats, heated steering, all the like the must-haves, we'll say, features, and then you don't have to spend $100,000, but you're still going to spend a lot. And it has like a lot of the room and stuff like that. So, you don't have to get the limited, but if you can, I would, because it's really nice and really fun to drive. But also, you're gonna pay for the fuel too. Despite having the the mild hybrid system on board, it's still guzzling gas like nobody's business, which, I mean, it's to be expected. So yeah, not a lot that is unexpected when it comes to fuel economy. But yeah, I think we'll go ahead and leave things off there. I don't want to make things too long on the driving side, because it's not like a crazy thing where I'm gonna like rip around corners and stuff like that, and it's not a manual where I can show you gears. It's just meant to get the job done, but boy, does it do more than that. It does that in comfort and style. Looks fantastic, has plenty of room, is not great on fuel, is very expensive, but you know, those are the two worst things about it. And yeah, I wish it was more affordable because people could drive these more, but you don't have, like I said, don't have to get the limited. You can go with the Bighorn backcountry or an even lower trim, and you can still get a lot of the core stuff. The platform will still remain the same. You might just need to forgive or leave out some features. So yeah, with that being said, we'll go ahead and leave it there. Make sure you subscribe if you like this video. If you want to see what it's like to live a week with this car, to actually own it for a whole week, check out the video that's up after the review. It comes out shortly after, and you can watch that. It's kind of like the day in the life where I kind of vlog a little bit more about the truck and try to cover a little bit more stuff than I normally would. So if you want to see that, go ahead and check that out. And I will see you in the next week. See you in the next video. Take care.